Remember to subscribe and like the video because we have huge things coming. What if the Seahawks had ran the football on a 1-yard line in Super Bowl 49? How would the league have changed if Malcolm Butler hadn't gotten the chance to intercept Russell Wilson's potential game-winning pass? Today, we're going to dissect exactly what events would have been set in motion if Seattle had won that Super Bowl. The Seahawks had one of the best running backs in the league with Marshawn Lynch in 2014. He was known for being impossible to stop in short yardage situations. Everyone watching the game assumed that head coach Pete Carroll would give the ball to Lynch, but he didn't. He chose to throw, and when the pass was picked off, the entire league changed. Shortly after that Super Bowl, the Legion of Boom disbanded. Within 2 years, Kam Chancellor wasn't playing, Browner and Byron Maxwell weren't with the team, and Richard Sherman was in one of his last years in Seattle. That Super Bowl loss is almost certainly what caused the downfall of a potential Seahawks dynasty. In an instant, their Super Bowl window had closed. If they had won, their defense may have still been great. The Patriots, on the other hand, may have suffered the fate that Seattle did. Tom Brady was in his late 30s at the time, and a loss may have prompted the past to move on from him. That in turn would have changed the outcome of every NFL season afterwards. No Brady means that there would have been various different AFC teams in the big game. The greatest comeback in NFL history in Super Bowl 51 would obviously never have happened, likely giving the Falcons their first Super Bowl victory. The Rams would be massively impacted as well. If the Patriots had never played them in Super Bowl 53 and the Rams ended up winning instead, it would still be a top-tier team and not a fringe playoff contender. Jared Goff's massive contract would seem more reasonable if he was a Super Bowl winning quarterback. Todd Gurley also may still be a Ram if not for this devastating loss. Another, smaller factor that would come into play is Marshawn Lynch's retirement. He would be one of the most recognizable players in the league if he had beaten the Patriots on a last-second dive into the end zone. Maybe all of the fame he gets from that play entices him to stay in the league and put off retirement. Staying with the Seahawks would also be an important factor, as he is a cult-like figure for Seahawks fans. By not going to Oakland, the Raiders may have drafted a running back earlier, which means that rookie sensation Josh Jacobs would be on a different team. In last year's playoff run, Lynch was re-signed when the Seahawks running back depth was non-existent. He wasn't playing before he got called, and his return from retirement was unexpected for both him and the team. If Lynch had been working with the Seahawks during the season, they would have been better suited for a long playoff run. Draft orders would have changed too, which doesn't seem too important, but every roster in the league would be entirely different. Players like Michael Thomas, Christian McCaffrey, and Lamar Jackson would likely be on different teams. Teams that are at the bottom of the league could be at the very top, and franchises that look like future dynasties could be scrambling to find their next star player. Coaches could have retired because of that game. Bill Belichick could have decided to put down the playbook because he felt like he didn't have the same coaching magic of previous years. We will never know. It's crazy that only one play can change the course of the entire league for years. It just goes to show how important Pete Carroll choosing to throw the ball was. No one can say for certain how much different the NFL would look if Seattle had won that Super Bowl, but it definitely would have changed a vast amount, to the point where the NFL of today will likely be unrecognizable. Remember to subscribe and like the video because we have huge things coming.